Hello, good people. This is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker, coming back at you live once again from the Lone Star State with another edition of the Media Mike Speaks. Breaking news. National Institute of Health Director Francis Collins will support grocery stores banning people without vaccinations. What in the hell? All right, but before we get started, good people, I want to thank you for helping me reach 100 subscribers. As of today, early this morning, we have reached 100 subscribers. So not just me, you too. So give yourselves a pat on the back. Thank you very much for your support. I do appreciate it. So we're going to get started here, and we're going to keep this movement going until we can hopefully put this to bed, or we can come to a happy medium, meaning the powers that be and the people. So let's get started here. As you see here, this gentleman, Dr. Francis Collins, if you do not know who he is the director of the National Institute of Health. Now we have the CNN, the CDC director, and then we have this person, and then we have Dr. Fauci, and we're gonna talk about him in a minute too. I just want good people, what is with? I'm just saying, what is with? I don't want to be, what do you call it? The word's not disrespectful, but what's with these old people? not that I'm being, it's just that, what is with the senior citizens here? You've all these older people making these decisions. To me, they're out of touch, out of date, and out of time, actually. I'm just saying, they're running out of it. I mean, what is with, we got these older people. We got Nancy Pelosi, we got Fauci, we got this guy, looks like he's about 110. Fauci looks like he's about 100. I mean, really? This is what we rest on to guide us through this thing called a pandemic. Okay, well. Anyway, now, once again, no pun intended, just saying here, where are the young proteges? We have the only person we have, it was the gentleman I did the interview with, Jerome Adams, Dr. Jerome Adams, So even though he's, in my professional opinion, misguided. But anyway, so let's get to this and let's talk about this, good people. So on Sunday, the director of the National Institute of Health told CNN he supported an effort to require customers to provide evidence they have been vaccinated. Now, on the Todd Stern radio show, the federal government, he mentioned the federal government will eventually force businesses to ban any customers who do not have a vaccination card. People, he states, we are one step closer to that happening. I do believe so. So, what I want to bring to your attention here is that what this gentleman said. So, he had an interview here, and we're going to talk about this. I'm going to show you, both quotes. Dr. Francis Collins said Sunday on CNN's State of the Union, he quoted that he supports businesses requiring proof of vaccination for customers. In an interview with CNN, Jake Tapper, Collins was asked, here's the quote here, and here is Tapper asking the question, some businesses are going to a step further and requiring proof of vaccinations, not just for employees, but even for customers in some cases. Audience members for Broadway plays and musicals need to be vaccinated. Some bars in San Francisco and DC are requiring proof of vaccinations. Do you think, as a public health measure, it would be good for more businesses to require vaccine credentials in order to have vaccinated customers? Unquote. And a question. Now, here's Mr. Collins' response, or Dr. Collins, I think he's a doctor. He quotes here, as a public health person who wants to see this pandemic end, it won't end, sir. Yes. I think anything we can do to encourage reluctant folks to get vaccinated, because they'll want to be part of these public events. That's a good thing. I'm delighted to see employers like Disney and Walmart coming out and asking their staff to be vaccinated. I'm glad to see the president has said all federal employees I oversee. National Institute of Health with 40,000 people need to get vaccinated, or if they're not if they're not to get regular testing, which is inconvenient. Oh, okay, so the option is taken away. Oh, it's too inconvenient, so go ahead and get the jab. All right. Or if they're not, no, okay, let me continue. All of these steps, I think, is in the right direction. Maybe that's what it will take for some of those who have still been a little reluctant to say, okay, it's time. Wow. The data will support the decision. They are making the right choice for their own safety. Sometimes it takes a nudge, unquote. It takes a nudge. Now, this is from the 110-year-old. No, okay, now, good people, as difficult as this may be for some of you to understand, the government wants us to carry vaccination papers to prove that we have complied with their demands. We're about to discover what it's like to live in a nation where you could be banned from shopping at a grocery store or getting gasoline at a service station because you haven't been vaccinated. It's a strong arm tactic. One would expect in some sort of authoritarian regime run by the state police. Kind of sounds like Nazi Germany. I guess history does repeat itself. Now, what to expect? Some journalists in state-run media to embrace this radical scheme in the name of public health and safety. I guess they, the government that is, will say either get the vaccine or the government will starve your family. This is where we're going to. If this is not put to a halt or it comes to some happy medium where both sides can agree. Now, let's move on here. Now, Fauci, as you see here, doesn't support another round of lockdowns, so he says. Now, I believe this may be due to the 2022 elections looming, because this would destroy the Democratic Party, allegedly. But he did warn of future pain and suffering. Really? Unfreaking believable. Future pain and suffering. What do you mean by that? Oh, okay. That sounds like a little bit of could be a threat. I don't know. I warn you of future pain and suffering. Okay. All right. Anyway. So the question is, what is the goal? What is the end game? So if this will be around for the rest of our days like the flu, then so be it. But the freedom to choose should still be up to the people. You want to try to restrict people, well, get ready for lawsuits. And I really hope so. You see, if I'm not mistaken, FDA approval, the vaccine holds the pharmaceutical companies liable for any serious side effects that may result in serious injury. But as of now, the jab is not FDA approved. So if you experience any symptoms that may cause irreversible damage or worse, they're not liable. That's where we are. And I know they're trying to push it to get it FDA approved. Okay. Until that time, shut up. Leave people alone. Because last time I checked, the ones who are vaccinated are still infecting people and getting the COVID. Come on, man. Come on. Bruh. Bros, I should say. Anyway, okay. All right, good people. Sad to say, but that's it for today. And remember, if you have a bad day, let's hope the powers that be make up their minds and quit wasting our time so that we can get back to being okay. This is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker. Subscribe, share, and like to keep me rocking on the mic. Have a good night.